The world just witnessed something unprecedented: the United States and Israel conducting joint strikes on Iran's nuclear facilities. But what makes this moment truly extraordinary isn't just the military action, it's how it could completely reshape global power dynamics in ways we've never seen before.
The precision and scale of these coordinated attacks really tell us something about how this was planned. Three major facilities targeted simultaneously: Fordow, Natanz, and Isfahan.
Let's break this down because the human cost is staggering: nearly 950 people killed, over 1,000 injured. These facilities weren't just empty buildings, they were active sites with personnel, researchers, and support staff.
And Iran's response was immediate: 20 missiles launched toward Israel. The most were intercepted by defense systems.
You know what's particularly concerning? The warning from Iran about an even more devastating response if the U.S. strikes again. We're talking about a country that's been developing asymmetric warfare capabilities for decades.
Speaking of capabilities, how significant is their threat to close the Strait of Hormuz?
Well, that's actually one of the most critical aspects of this entire situation. The Strait of Hormuz handles about 20% of global oil exports. We're talking about millions of barrels per day. If Iran blocks it, global energy markets would be thrown into absolute chaos.
The economic implications are already visible. Oil prices are skyrocketing, and markets are extremely volatile.
And let's not overlook something that's been largely under-discussed: the sophisticated cyber warfare capabilities on both sides. Iran has previously demonstrated their ability to target critical infrastructure, and Israel is known for their advanced cyber operations.
The diplomatic fallout has been swift, too, with the suspension of talks that were being mediated by Oman and Italy.
Right, and what's really fascinating is how former President Trump's comments about regime change in Tehran have essentially changed the entire narrative. We're no longer just talking about a limited military operation, we're potentially looking at a broader strategy for fundamental political change in Iran.
The regional implications must be enormous when you consider all the different alliances at play.
Exactly, and here's something that hasn't gotten enough attention: the environmental impact of striking nuclear facilities. We're not just talking about immediate casualties. There could be long-term consequences for the entire region's ecosystem and public health.
So, what do you think are the most crucial factors to watch in the coming days?
Well, I've been analyzing similar historical conflicts, and there are three key indicators we need to monitor. First, any signs of back-channel diplomatic communications. These often prevent further escalation. Second, the response from other regional powers, particularly Saudi Arabia and Turkey. And third, the potential for cyber attacks that could affect civilian infrastructure globally.
The technological aspect of this conflict really sets it apart from historical precedents.
You know what's particularly worrying? The absence of any significant de-escalation mechanisms. In previous conflicts, we've usually seen some form of diplomatic safety valve, but right now those channels seem completely frozen.
The immediate focus seems to be purely on military responses rather than diplomatic solutions.
And that's exactly why this moment is so critical. We're not just watching a regional conflict unfold, we're potentially witnessing the early stages of a fundamental shift in global power dynamics. The decisions made in Washington, Tehran, and Jerusalem in the next few days could reshape international relations for decades to come.
The combination of military action, economic warfare, and potential cyber attacks creates an incredibly complex situation.
Looking ahead, I think we need to prepare for three possible scenarios: a rapid de-escalation through emergency diplomatic intervention, a contained but prolonged conflict, or, and this is the most concerning, a rapid escalation into a broader regional war with global implications.
The next few days will be absolutely crucial in determining which path we're heading down.
And that's why this moment feels so pivotal. We're not just observers of history, we're watching it unfold in real time, with consequences that could reshape the entire global order as we know it.